Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just wanted to quickly go through 2 pages from a file that I've recently been studying for my dissertation and just read it out and sort of analyze what it's trying to say, or sort of analyze what it means. So this file was marked as very secret and it was written on the 19th of August 1930 and it was sent to the administrative inspectors in Sulaimani, Kirkuk, Erbil and Mosul. Memorandum. I forward a copy of a note which I have written to the Minister on Kurdish policy. Until further notice, you should follow the line of policy laid down in this note and do your best to calm these turbulent Kurds. As you will see, I have recommended a policy of conciliation in the hope, possibly now a vain one, that Kurdish leaders of Sulaimani may still be persuaded to act reasonably. I am sure that personal influence is very important and it should be exerted to the full, especially at Sulaimani where it is most needed. The published program of the government differs but little from that drawn up by us all some months ago, as satisfactory to legitimate Kurdish aspirations, and you should work to get it accepted. It is important that the Sulaimani attitude should not spread to other liwas, and the administrative inspectors of Sulaimani and Erbil should do their best to isolate it. I am very much afraid that the Sulaimani leaders will be foolish and force the government into a position where it is bound to take action against them. There are certain people here who would not be sorry to take advantage of such a situation, and Administrative Inspector Sulaimani should impress on the Sulaimani leaders with all possible emphasis that they must wait quietly for the decision of the League and that they will only be harming themselves by actions which the government cannot ignore. I am fully aware of the suspicion with which the Kurds regard the Arabs of Baghdad. My note to the minister shows, if proof were needed, that their suspicion is not without foundation, but just as it is your job to see that the Kurds act reasonably, so it is ours to prevent the Iraq government from taking a course which will only lead to disaster. We have all agreed on the concessions which should be made, and our view has been accepted by HBM's government. We must keep to that and try to make both Arabs and Kurds act sensibly. Please keep me informed regularly on the situation. Signed, Cornwallis, Advisor, Minister of the Interior, and it was also copied to the Secretary and the High Commissioner in Baghdad. So basically, this is a very important file, if you can't tell already. It's basically, the main important bit of the file is that the Sulaimani attitude should not spread to other liwas and that it basically should be isolated. This is essentially ordering British field officers to prevent the Kurdish nationalist movement from spreading to Erbil and Kirkuk, and that it should be isolated because the British know that unified Kurdish movement in all 3 provinces would have been impossible to defeat and would have threatened the oil fields in Kirkuk, which in my sort of I'm arguing formulated the policy that the British made. So the primary objective of the British Field Administration is to fracture Kurdish territorial unity and quarantine the resistance in Sulaimania. As well as this, Harry continues on when he says that the mandate is basically morally bankrupt. The British have to force the Kurds to submit to the Arab government, acting reasonably, but they also have to restrain the Arab government from launching a genocidal war, how it says, course which will only lead to disaster. So it basically proves that the Arabs were always going to be violent to the Kurds and were looking for sort of an excuse. And the British were aware of the disaster that was being created within Iraq. So they knew, the British, that they were only a temporary pause before a future Arab massacre was coming, which we can see 50 years onwards. So that was this file. I'll include all sort of the references and what is from, page, etc. here, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to post more videos like these.